Shabbat Shalom, you guys. It's so funny that I have been preoccupied with Shabbat this week and the importance of Shabbat and taking a Sabbath. And as it happens, I was actually scheduled off on Shabbat this weekend. So I'm getting Shabbat. Isn't that great? I won't be doing all the traditional things, but at least I don't have to be at work and I can rest and I can connect spiritually. So yay! We are here for our extended reading for the weekend. If you want to see the post that I did on this, you can follow me over at Liz_Taylor_Magick on Instagram. And follow me there and you'll see when I post this Monday, Wednesday, Friday earlier in the day, and then I come over here at night and talk about it in more detail. So yeah, and before we get started, please subscribe to this channel if you are enjoying this content. Join us and like this video and comment or leave an emoji or share it or save it in a playlist. Whatever you do gets this video out into the masses and helps other people find it. So I can't do this without you. So thank you for all your support. And if you would like to support this channel, there's actually a link in my description box to my PayPal. Some people have asked me about that. So if you were wondering. Okay, let's get started. I am really excited. So there has been this like reoccurring theme in January, and it's just been like, just chill, sit still, and let your nails dry. There's like this urge to want to like get out and go and like get everything started, because 2023 to me is feeling very like exciting. I'm feeling constructor energy, builder energy about the year. I'm feeling like last year was like destroyer energy. It was like clearing the decks, very Kali, very, you know, dark mother energy there. But this year is about the light mother, the fertile mother, the, you know, the spring, giving birth to new projects and things that we might have, you know, taken on creatively or like, you know, just as pursuits a long time ago. Maybe it's, you know, been a long time coming, but it's been a process. And so I feel good things for the year. So we're all anxious to like have everything just like start kicking off. And it's just, that's not the energy of January. January has been like, last call for purge, final call for purging before we move in to the next phase. So it's like January has been that the last phase of the death period, just like winter. It's that dark and fertile void, and it's still and it's quiet and things are uncertain and it's very uncomfortable. And so part of our work and our process is just finding how it is that we can strengthen our threshold to discomfort and find certainty even when the outer appearances are uncertain, right? We have to connect to our own source of certainty deep within us through a sense of faith and trust that there is a source and a creator and a consciousness that is higher than us, right? And that unifies and perpetuates the beingness of all things. And so when we trust in that, and we trust that no matter what is happening, it is happening on behalf of our greatest unfolding experience. And if it's an opportunity, then it's there to stretch us. And if it's a challenge, then it's there to stretch us. And chances are either one is there to heal us and to expand our consciousness and open our hearts, right? Deepen our exchange with this life, right? Because we're here to be doing work. We're here to be doing the work of spiritual alchemists, right? We're turning darkness into light. We're turning lead into gold. And so at any given moment, we're being given an assignment. And there's gonna be exciting parts about that and challenging parts about that. And so the challenging feelings that we feel when we're facing antsy-ness, fear, lack, doubt, impatience, like, like crawling up the wall kind of antsiness, Our challenge there is to transmute that energy, because that is that swirling, whirling, unformed potential that's pushing up against like the event horizon of this reality, right? It's like in that dimension of unform, right? Non-formation, and it's trying to push up against the realm of formation. So that's that antsiness and that angst you're feeling right now. It's just like, oh my gosh, this pressure of this potential is causing like this turbulence and this kind of chaotic effects. And so that's good. That's a sign that your evolutionary like wheel is turning. Some steam is pushing the gears. And so we just have to trust that right now we are in a transition. And we are in the winter. Like this woman here standing like in a cold, barren, like winter scene. Very ethereal. She has her bow and arrow. So it's like she's got intentions. She's got things and aims that she wants to take a stab at, take her shot at, but it's like it's not there. Nothing is there. The opportunities just aren't passing her yet. So she's just waiting for that moment, you know, where preparedness meets timing. And we just have to relax in that. And so we can't rush anything forward. And what's under transition is Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles talks about a journey, a process that's going to go ongoing, and it's a learning experience. It's a journey to self-discovery. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of the apprentice. So you may literally be looking for an apprentice type of person to do some work for you or to work for you or what have you. But you are also the apprentice. And so there is a lot of value and a lot to be gained in this pause right now, in this void. And what I have found to be very helpful for me is to align my energies with the energy of nature, right? So embracing winter when it's winter and learning to find the coziness in it and to appreciate the moment of quietness and stillness, to catch my breath before everything gets all, you know, chaotic again and exciting, and, you know, lots of fast movement comes spring and summer, you know, and fall even. So align yourself with the energies, and you'll be in this like natural rhythm with, you know, nature and life, right? And the cosmos. And so it's like springtime is when everything's going to be kicking off, right? So it's early part of winter right now still. And even though we're feeling antsy and we're like, is winter almost over? It's like we just kind of started. So it's not even really time for planting seeds yet. So just be in this moment. This moment to pause in January is time to reflect on the lessons that we've learned, that we're taking with us in this new start, right? In this new version of our life and in ourselves. And so it's good to just take a second to reflect on everything you've learned, because you don't want to get too excited and ahead of yourself and start like going all willy-nilly and then accidentally defaulting into old patterns just because you're not like consciously like thinking about what you're doing, right? Or what you're deciding. So give yourself time to pause, reflect, proactively decide how you want to show up and meet any given situation now with your free will, with all the wisdom that you've gained thus far, but also realize, approach the situation like you have plenty to learn still, and this is going to be an ongoing thing. And, you know, even down to the most spiritual level, it's like self-help, personal development, soul growth, that, you know, soul healing. It's a life process. It's just ongoing, and there's never a one and done. You're never finished. Like, it's just like this like ongoing maintenance required. It's like doing our laundry and like, you know, hygiene and cleaning the house. It's like, it's just an ongoing process. And we're only going to get out of it what we put into it, because the satisfaction comes in the participation, right? So we're being asked to just sit tight for the moment, be patient, have strength not to push against something that's not in the right timing, and also have the strength to see what is in alignment. Because if you try to push and force something that's not really meant to be yours, it's like, yeah, you can like manipulate the energy and force your will in the situation and force it to come out. You can like, work really hard and get like a job that you're determined to get, but maybe it's just not really meant for you. And there's like this other job offer that like you're kind of like not really taking, seriously, right? But you're like so determined to get this one. And then you get the one that's not really meant for you and the other one was, and you get into the thing that's like you had to have it, but it really wasn't like in alignment with you, but you forced the situation, and then as it plays out, it causes chaos and pain and suffering. And it's the same with like, extra money that you might have gotten that you maybe were never supposed to get. Or if you are determined to date a person that's just not in alignment with you. That's the perfect example. How often, all of us have done this. We've all pushed a situation and tried to go after a person or started taking up with a person or dating someone that we knew was not going to be good for us, or at least not a match. There was red flags, or there just wasn't something off about the chemistry from the start. We tried to do it anyway, and then it all goes down in flames in the end, right? So this time around, have the strength to just sit in the void. The universe loves to fill a void. So make sure you hold the space for what's really authentically in alignment with what you want, right? Don't settle, because it's like we were talking about earlier this week about being the bright light. And when you're that magnetic, things are just going to come your way, and it's up to you to be discerning about what you allow into your space. So have the strength to be strong and allow things to unfold organically, and allow yourself to be in a space of rest and surrender. Let the dust settle. We cleared the ground, we've poured the concrete, now the foundations are setting. It's not time to build yet. So have strength, have peace. Practice this inner peace. The more inner peace you can cultivate in yourself, the more outer peace you will have in your kingdom, right? Your kingdom will be peaceful and balanced. And so the way to have inner peace is just exercising that muscle of certainty by knowing that if you can practice this as thinking of it as just a law, like gravity, that no matter what is happening to you in the moment, no matter what appearances seem to be, things can be turned around in your favor in an instant. And it's likely that the challenge you're going through is happening for your benefit to set you up for a win or a bonus. And if you trust that the Creator is in control and has a plan, and that is the Creator or the source energy is taking you into this moment for a purpose, and you keep your eyes open and you're willing to learn and you're willing to be flexible and malleable and evolve and expand, right? And you're looking to be a more caring and sharing person, a person of more substance and integrity and compassion, right? So if all of those things are aligned, just trust the situation and know that the chips will fall into place. And it's like it just will. The only thing that's ever going on are things to build our trust and certainty. So the moment we show that we have that trust and certainty, the process doesn't need to happen. And so when you're having fear and lack and doubt, then it's like there's all these challenges that happen, like dragons that are sent for you to have an opportunity to slay and to overcome these, it's kind of like a gauntlet, right? Where you're initiated and you earn your, you cut your teeth and your claws so you have a greater strength. And so you're only given these challenges to learn how to practice certainty and trust. And as you practice more of it and you start to see there really is something to this. It's like you're growing your hope, you're growing your faith. But it takes building that faith so strong that you can, in the face of absurdity, just know for sure at that level, even though there's no reasonable, logical reason why you should, right? It's faith beyond reason. And you have to believe it before you see the evidence. But when you start doing that, you build such a muscle for it that it's like you don't even need to see the evidence anymore, because you've already seen so many times, you've witnessed, you've practiced it. You've embodied it enough where you get to a point where that's just your normal, right? That you expect it. You expect miracles. So, okay, we're in a moment of transition. Nothing that we want to move forward right now is going to be moving forward very quickly. So the secret now is just to surrender and relax, rinse and repeat with the routines that we've been cultivating that are doing good for us, and continue on in that direction. The Emperor has got their kingdom in order and their shit under control. Not just one kingdom, but multiple kingdoms. So all of this strength that you're building and inner peace that you're building is really giving you like sovereignty and control over your life. You're building self-mastery and self-control, which is great. However, there is a shadow and a caveat to the Emperor, because it's like sitting right next to Ten of Wands. And Ten of Wands is something that is like, it's like a burden that's too heavy to carry. It's like something that you've been like investing in that's not reciprocating. It's a pattern that keeps playing out that's leaving you like drained of life and energy. Something that is draining you, something that is taking from you and not returning the value. And so it's something that's just not worth doing anymore. And many times the Ten of Wands can talk about just continuously repeating the same cycles and the same lessons over and over again, and not like taking the lesson, or like doing things like the hard way when you don't have to, or like making things harder than they need to be. So that gives me the sense that the Emperor can be the shadow side of the Emperor. Like the Emperor's positive side is that they're seated on their throne, they're empowered, they're sovereign over themselves, they take responsibility for themselves and for their life. They're not passing the buck or blaming or like living life as a victim, right? But the shadow side of the Emperor out of balance can be that they can be too hard on themselves, right? They can be workaholics, or they can be too stern, or like they can find it hard to like let go or quit something, right? They're controlling on the inside, right? They feel like if they keep control over their life, that they really have control over their life. So the Emperor struggles with the illusion of control. They could be controlling towards others. Sometimes the Emperor is depicted like having people on strings, or like having people like subservient to them and things like that. So it's like, be careful that you're not being overly controlling and micromanaging how you're going about doing everything, hoping that if you do everything just right, you're going to get just the right result. So that can manifest in behaving in a way that becomes manipulative, right? Or, you know, trying to behave in a way so that you have control over a person. So make sure that you're definitely not doing that on your side of the street. However, it could be a situation where you're dealing with someone who is being really stubborn, or you've been really stubborn and you're not walking away from this. So there's two stubborn like energies butting up against one another. And the Emperor can be very controlling and manipulative, the one that you're dealing with, and stubborn. And so the way I was talking about it earlier in the blog is that it's like a ram and a bull that have like locked horns, and they won't let go, and they're pushing and pushing and pushing. And so eventually it's just like they're in a stalemate. So they're either going to be like, one's going to get successfully pushed away, or one's just going to have to walk away and disengage. And so what I think that this message is asking us, the people who are watching this, to be strong enough to walk away from something, from this dynamic of this power struggle, right? And so it's like, be realistic about, you know, the part that you're playing in the situation, be honest about that. And then it's like, okay, cool, you've done what you can. Have you communicated? You know, did you, you know, whatever. Or did you try to do your best to achieve what you're trying to achieve in this situation in an earnest, like straightforward way? I'm not finding quite the right words for that, but it's just about like, if you know that, make peace with the situation and just have enough strength to just let it go, to just wash your hands, put it down, right? Because there can be nothing gained from holding your position where you are. So just change your approach, or shift your attention to something else, or move forward, right? But either way, I think that the only thing to be done right now is to relax and surrender. Many times, in order to get our manifestation, we have to let it go and we have to surrender it, and we can't need it. If you need the manifestation, or you're just having like a manic energy around it, it causes resistance, and it causes like this polarity that pushes what you want to attract away. Because in order to receive, it's like you have to be magnetic, right, to attract. You can't be like forceful. And I also can't help but notice that like all the figures around the Emperor, like the Emperor is a male, but it's the feminine energy around that is like going through the struggle and the learning and having to practice the strength. So yeah, feminine energy of any situation, like that's the person or the group or the entity that wants to receive. So if you are waiting to hear back from like a job interview or something, just relax, let go. Open yourself up. You are in receiving at this point. There's no more energy that you can throw at this and you're obsessing that's gonna help you. So your energy relaxing and being open to receive, get a feminine receiving. If you need to be in the masculine role in a situation and take the action, then take the action. But I think that it is definitely identifying which energy that you need to be in and then choose that one and be in it. Because one thing that we learn in Kabbalah is that you cannot be in a, like there's two aspects of reality. It's light and vessel, masculine and feminine, positive and negative charge. And so it's like that vessel and something going into the vessel. And so you can't be the light is sharing, it's giving, it's masculine, and the vessel is receiving, it's feminine. You can't be a sharer and a receiver at the same time. It's like you can only be in that one dominant energy at a time. So figure out, are you needing to be in the masculine energy and sharing? Are you needing to take action? Or are you needing to shift? Are you trying to receive something? So do you need to sit in stillness and be passive and wait and surrender, right? Either way, surrendering and letting go demonstrates a vibration of abundance, faith, and trust. When you feel fear, lack, and doubt and uncertainty, you want to grab hold of control and you don't want to let something go. When you are released, when you're surrendered, you're trusting. You have what you need. You're not holding on. You're not in lack. You're abundant. Everything is complete. It's unified. All right, you guys. I hope this helps. I'm going to film our new moon workshop, I think, tonight, and go ahead and get it edited and maybe even post it depending on how late it gets. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you soon. Ciao.